I don't know like what happened between this week and last week. Talking to Coach Key and the pressures, it felt like this was a team that was going to be ready to go. Felt like a team that was determined, focused. Felt like a team that was ready to ride. I'm not. I'm just not sure what happened between now and or then and now. But the performance is just unexcusable. If I'm 100% honest. NC State came in without some of their significant players. Now, shout out to Jaden Duke Scott. If you don't know about him, he played at Starbridge High School, played in the state championship. Kid has always been a stud. But they didn't have Hollywood Smothers, who's the best running back in the ACC, over 820 plus yards rushing. And they didn't have him. They didn't have Justin Jolly either. So how in the hell do you give up 48 points? It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand it. And like he said in the press report you had Bishop, they just got physically outmanned tonight. You know what I'm saying? They got physically just pushed all night long. And even some plays when they brought a blitz, they were getting exploited. There was way too many busting coverages down the field, humbly in this game. That really hurt them. When they was getting the stops and they had a 3rd and 20, NC State was converting because there was a busting coverage, not knowing your assignment, not knowing where you're supposed to be at. And I think some of that has to do with the guys they're missing. They didn't have Jai Gilmore. He's underrated. No one talks about him enough, but that kid is a stud. His last game, 11 tackles, 1.5 tackles for loss, and I think he had 2 passes defense. When you have somebody that can rotate and move all around the field and plays at a high level like he does, that makes a difference in your defense. And remember, one thing that he brought that this team did not have tonight was physicality, right? Obviously, Kyle Efert's a guy, but think about a safety slash DB that can come down in that box and consistently make plays and can also cover at a high level. That's usually what Georgia Tech has, right? And then also to this comment, I mean, yeah, I think our DBs are suspect. I feel you, but remember, y'all don't have the full quartet of your DBs though. Remember, Amari Harvey's hurt, right? So you don't have him or Jai Gilmore. That does make a difference. I ain't saying that's gonna prevent them from doing what they did tonight, but it does make a difference out there. I think you wouldn't have as many lapses and busted coverages if you had all your players healthy. But again, it's no excuse because they didn't have their players healthy and they still put up 48 points. And I think the run for me that made sense that pretty much put it out of reach was when CJ Bailey, who's hobbled, ran for 4 yards and converted a first down. Like once he did that, I was like, yeah, this game's a wrap. It's over. Because you couldn't even get a stop to slow him down, and he's hobbled in the game. Right? Now I thought the offense did what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I thought Haynes King had a phenomenal performance. He had 450 yards by his damn self. I mean, what else you want him to do? He did everything that you asked him to do. He did everything that you wanted him to do in this game. He was phenomenal. But it's only so much he can do, man. He's one player, right? And that's not saying other people didn't step up, but you need more help. You know what I'm saying? And your defense just let you down tonight. That's the bottom line. Your defense lets you down. They put up 563 yards without two of their best playmakers. There's no excuse for that. None. It just was not good tonight. Now, the good thing for Tech, everybody's gonna, oh my gosh, Tech's done, Tech's done. Tech still has a path to a playoff, right? Are the playoff hopes in jeopardy? Yeah, a little bit, but there's still a path there. They have 3 games left: Boston College, Pittsburgh, Georgia. Handle your business. You need to win two of those 3 games. You got to win, in my humble opinion. If you slip up against Pittsburgh, you have to beat Georgia. You know what I'm saying? That rivalry. If you beat Pittsburgh, lose to Georgia, you'll still be all right because you got one loss in the ACC as a team. So you'll probably be still okay to make the ACC, but then you're going to have to win the ACC title game to get in, right? So there's a path for you to do what you need to do to come out on top, but you got to handle your business. You know what I'm saying? You got to handle your business. You know, but I think Bacon's ready to go, man. So we're gonna bring him on. Sorry about that, Bacon. Didn't see you, but I was in my little soliloquy.
Mighty
Um,
good, man.
yes, sir. I honestly think the offense covered. No, I'm going to disagree with you. No, GT boy, I'm going to disagree with you. No, I think the defense has been carrying the day for the offense. Remember now, this is one game. Defense has been pretty okay this year. Okay, we got to put some respect on defense. And the reason I disagree with this, the offense will have slow starts. Remember, let's go back to the Duke game. They only gave up 10 points now. Right? Offense, they didn't score a touchdown in the first half. Remember, the touchdown came on a fumble return for a touchdown by Omar Daniels. Remember, they had 3 stops in the red zone.
Yeah.
Okay? Right? So when offense struggled against Wake Forest, yeah, they gave up a lot of points, they gave up 20 points, but still kept it at bay. So the defense, besides tonight, has been pretty okay. I'm not saying they've been great. I ain't saying they've been good. They've been an okay unit. But to say that the offense been covered, I would disagree. I don't think the offense has been covering up. I think you've seen tonight, finally, the offense got off to a good start. They finally put up points on the board. They finally was able to move the ball. Explosive plays, 16.3 yards per completion today, 8 yards per play today. They did what they were supposed to do there. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I think the defense just let them down. And the offense did all they could. The only issue is they didn't convert as much in the red zone. Yes, you're going to see 6 for 6, but kicking those field goals instead of touchdowns really made the difference in this game.
Yeah, this Georgia Tech defense reminds me a lot of the Falcons 2016 defense, where it was a bend don't break type of defense, but it always got the key stops, mainly the turnovers, which we didn't get to see a lot from Georgia Tech tonight. Like you said, they got out physical. So without those key turnovers, I mean, Georgia Tech defense is kind of. But you know what I'm saying, to your point, man, I think, like I said, we're missing a lot of guys tonight. You know what I mean? But just tonight was just rough, man. Just rough.
Yeah, it was. And then they also didn't get any pressure. You know
They
what
ain't
I'm
getting any
saying?
pressure.
So they didn't get no pressure. So he just back there sitting there chilling, creating plays down the field. And that's where a lot of the bus led because you're expecting your defensive line to get there. Let you down. Besides in the Stone sack, they really didn't get it tonight. So I think some of that has to do with I think you need to play a Montre Bradford more. I mean, I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep being a pundit and keep saying that. I don't know why he doesn't get more snaps than what he gets, but he creates pressure. He creates havoc. We need a game changer on there. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? You do. He says we need upgrade. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree. And I think that's why they're pushing for some of these guys and they're trying to flip some of these 2026 guys on the defensive line because they want game changers back there. It's just the bottom line, and I don't disagree. They do. And I think they've been hitting on something like I think when you look at a GT boy from the future, when you look at a Christian Garrett, when you look at an Andre Fuller, I feel like
Yep.
them both have that capabilities. Yes, they're freshmen, but let them develop next year. Like those guys can be studs. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's there, but it just needs to be developed, right?
Right.
So I think this offseason will be big for that. They'll obviously hit the portal, probably get a couple guys, but you do have some cornerstone pieces that you got from this 2025 class that's going to help you moving forward. And then if you can hit on this 2026 class with some outstanding guys, that'll also help you and be able to contribute early as well.
Nah, facts. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see because we thought had high hopes for Braden Manley coming in. Had high hopes. I had high hopes for Candace
Disappointed.
Riley. Say it again.
Disappointing
Disappointment.
for
Disappointment.
Manny.
Yeah. Definitely, there's a big difference between. I can't remember the conference that Mercer plays in, but it's not ACC ball.
SoCon.
It's SoCon, and so
SoCon.
not the same. It's not an eye level competition. Um, I think to your point, number 98 has definitely outplayed him. Should get a lot more reps. Andre Fuller had some burst off the ball tonight, but we didn't get it. We didn't get home. That's what it comes down to. But hopefully, moving forward, I don't want to look too far ahead because we still got four key games left. But when we hit the transfer portal, we gotta attract those. I don't want to say big fishes, you know what I mean, but we gotta attract some fishes that are, you know what I'm saying, put some weight on that line, for lack of better words.
It's a good
Because
point because, like I said, to your point, you're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose Akilo Stone. You're going to lose Jordan Vandenberg. So how do you replace those two guys that's gone? You're going to need some, like you said, some beef on that D line that can replace that.